Hello there. I think we're live. I can't say for sure. If somebody could let me know, this is the first time I'm using um, StreamYard software. And the main reason I want to do this is because it allows me to share my screen so I can show you Band in the Box. Oh, yes. Mark, welcome. And Kenneth, thank you. Now I know it's working. I see your comments. Great. Well, thank you for joining me today. And I look forward to this. Let me start by saying welcome. And making backing tracks is something I've been doing for years and years and years. I mean, I'm a composer and I write music, and sometimes the way I create my music is I'll make a backing track and then play over it until I get something that I really like. Usually along the way, I'm tweaking the chords and stuff, and then I end up with something that turns into a song eventually. I've recorded my own CDs, 6 of them now, and I have another one in the works, though it's going to be a little while, but I'm excited to move forward with that. Now, for years, I used what we call a DAW, digital audio workstation. And that's kind of like if you're familiar with GarageBand for the Mac. For Windows, we have other programs. I use Sonar, but there's many Cubase, Logic Pro, that's for Mac too, and many others. Pro Tools is very common in studios, but they're all very similar. You have to record each of the individual instruments, either yourself or have somebody play them. And there is some software to like imitate some instruments. But you can imagine it's fun, but a lot of work. To get one song takes hours of recording and tweaking and mixing. Then I discovered Band in the Box. I really had no interest when I first heard about it. It sounded like a cheating method, so to speak. But I eventually bought it just to fool around with it, and I'm amazed at how much fun I've had with this program. And it takes a little bit to learn to use it. I wish I had what I'm going to show you today, because I'm going to give you a very straight ahead, step by step method to basically create a backing track for a song that you can play along with, and not just play along with. You can speed it up, slow it down, you can change the key, you can change the styling, turn a waltz into a reggae tune, or experiment. And there are, you could spend hours and hours just fooling with it and practicing along with it. One of the things that I think really works well for students is to make backing tracks, play along with it, then take out the guitar part and play along with it. And little by little, you get to see how your guitar playing fits with the rest of the instruments. And the other thing, which I've done a lot, is to make backing tracks and then improvise over them. Practice your scales, practice licks, put them together, end up making different types of improvisation. Then of course you can download it and listen back to it. You don't have to always play it on the software. So, with that introduction, I am going to be answering questions. First, I'll be making a presentation to just step by step go through the method that I use. Then, I'll be answering your questions related to this particular subject. I'm on a limited schedule today, so I won't be able to just answer random subjects about playing guitar, but I will be back November 5th for as long as I need to answer every one of your questions at my monthly Real Guitar Live question and answer session. And that's at noon, Thursday, July 5th. Noon here in California. Depending on where you're at, it might be a little different time. Matter of fact, maybe a very different time if you're in Europe or somewhere else, Australia. So let's go over to Band in the Box now. This is new software for me. I've been practicing with it, but you know how it is. Uh, until you go live, you really don't got it. So I'm going to do my best to make this smooth and clean. Let's see. So we want. We press a button and supposedly I go to my screen, but there's nothing there. Aha, that's a trick. There is something there. I hope you can see what I'm seeing. And no, it's not Band in the Box yet. The first thing you want to do is to find the song that you want to program into Band in the Box. Now, um, there are a lot of ways to do this, and I often do this by just looking up the song on the internet, finding somebody's version of it, and playing it and see if I like it. Maybe I'll tweak it a little bit. But I often go to a website called the ultimate guitar. It's ultimate slash guitar.com. And this website allows me to there. This website allows me to find the song very quickly, usually. And I haven't signed up for it. I just use the free version. I, I will type in the song that I'm looking for in this box here, and then I'll search for it, and I can usually find at least the lyrics and the chords. Now, today I'm going to use the song, I want to stay away from copyright stuff, so I'm going to use the song Amazing Grace. And it's a song everybody knows, fortunately. So I'll show you the process that I actually go through. I'm going to type in Amazing Grace, and then it comes up, and then they're going to give me a list of many versions of Amazing Grace. This website collects versions from different people, so they don't like make one version. What I want, and they're not created equal either, quite honest. But the way I kind of decide which ones are going to be better is I look at the ratings, and I'm assuming the one with the higher rating are the one that people have seen and said, yeah, this is a good version. So I'm going to go with the highest rating. In this case, it's Amazing Grace version 2. I have no idea why there's version 1, 2, 3. But in any case, this one got the highest ratings. And so I've got a version that looks good. I mean, it's fairly simple. I didn't want a big complicated arrangement for this demonstration. So I look at the music, and I would often try to play it a little bit on my guitar to see what it sounds like. But in this case, I'm not going to do that. I want to find out what the key of the song is and what chords we're using. I can see we're using a G, C, D. It has a G7, but I know from experience that I could probably simplify and just leave off that G7 or not. It's a preference. In this case, I probably leave it off just to keep things a little simpler. So one way to find out what key it's in is most of these songs tell you what key it's in. How convenient. This is in the key of G, and I'll show you why that's important. By the way, you can also likely tell if it's the first song and the end of the song on the verse or chorus is the same chord, that's probably the key, and this is G. Or you could get the sheet music. Sometimes that is what I do. I'll search online and find the sheet music, an image of the sheet music, and I'll look at it. There's other information I can get off of there, but we're going to go with this version. Now, I know it's in key of G, and I know the chords. So I'm going to put this aside. You won't see it, but I know what it says. Now we're going to go to Band in the Box. There's the interface. These boxes are measures. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the chords, typing them into the measures, and then it's going to play back and basically play the accompaniments of the song. I can actually add a melody too, but it's not going to be the Amazing Grace melody. It'll just improvise a melody. So now I've got the key, and I want to change it up here. This little box, I hope you can see that up in where I'm pointing my arrow, tells me what key it's in. I want to get over to the key of G. Remember, that's the key that we decide it's in. But we need a style, and that's what goes in here. Oh, we should type in the name, huh? I'm assuming I would want to save this, either to work on it later or to download it. So typing the name's a good way to keep track of the song. Otherwise, you'll lose it. Now, we've got a style. And the way I figure out the style, the fastest way is to go this little, what is it, looking glass icon. It's going to bring up a song searcher, what they call a style searcher. I'll think of a better word in a minute. Basically, it gives me a bunch of possible styles. And I want it to be specific for this song. So I'm going to go over here and type in the song. It says type in a familiar song title up at top there, upper right-hand corner. So I'll type in Amazing Grace. And lo and behold, it comes up with a few different versions. I'm going for the American traditional and enter. And now it populates over here in the big box a bunch of styles that would basically work. A style is a combination of the rhythm, tempo, the drums, the bass, and the different instruments it uses. Each of these is going to be a little bit different. Now, if I were doing this, I'd probably play a few and kind of get a feel, say, oh, yeah, I want to go with this one. But I'm going to go for something simple for this demonstration, something I know that'll work. More likely, not a recuerdo, that's a Spanish thing. I want a more traditional version. And let's see, we've got a lilting finger picking. Okay, that could work. Spanish, no. Not for this. Celtic, I would have fun with that, but not for this demonstration. How about a lullaby, a slow waltz? That's a sure thing. I know Amazing Grace is this waltz type feel. One, two, three, Amazing Grace, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to select OK. And now we've got the style right here. Starts with the key that I'm in, G. And we've got the style. Tempo I won't worry about. I'll play the song and decide if I want to change the tempo. The next thing I'm going to do now is I want to fill in the chords. And that's where we go back to what I looked up in the uh, ultimate guitar. So I've got the chords here. You would have the sheet if you were doing this. I'm going to start with a G. Then it goes Amazing Grace is the next measure. How sweet. And I can tell by looking at the sheet music that sweet is where the next chord is. Where is that? Right there. See, Amazing Grace. I'm leaving off the G7. How sweet. C is on sweet, the sound. And then when I get back to the sound, we want to get back to G. So let's get that out of there. Can't do both at once here. Amazing Grace. How sweet. Where'd that go? Sweet. There we go. The sound. Now I've got 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, they're conveniently numbered. Yes. House made 8. That wasn't. Oh, I made a mistake there. Okay. And you will make mistakes. You'll see. I'll deliberately make one, so I'll show you how I fix it. Amazing Grace, how sweet. There's a C. The sound that saved. Stays on G there. Save a wretch like me. And it goes to D on me, the word me. Me. So I wasn't in the box. Click on the box and try it again. Now we're getting there. So we got Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once is going to be down here. We need 2 bars of D. I once, back to G, was lost, but see, this looks just like that first line. Oh, I didn't click on it again. And back to G, was blind, next measure, but now, so blind, I'm going to use that E minor. You can see in the sheet music here, it goes to E minor, was blind, E minor, but now is D, I see, and G on C. Okay, let's get back there. Was blind, E minor, mind, but now, and that was C, right? G. Yeah, that's not right. But hold on with me. I'm going to show you something. Now, I want to count the measures. And we got the end of the basic verse. In this song, the verse and the chorus, and I mean, it just goes the same thing over and over and over. So this is convenient for making a backing track. I don't have to make 100 measures or so. So we've got, count the measures. 4 times 4 down, that's 16, right? I don't have to go one at a time. I know 4 times 4 is 16. Change this to 16. Yeah, I made it bigger. I don't want to end on C. I'm going to end on G. Okay. Now, it's defaulted to playing the whole thing 3 times through. That works for me. You can do as many as you want, you can see. But 3 times is fine. No. 3/4 time. Now, I need a couple measures to start off with. I don't want to jump right into the song. I need, first of all, for singing, I need to hear the key. But also, it doesn't sound good to just start playing and all of a sudden start singing. You're going to miss a beat or so. So I need 2 measures intro. 2 measures would work for me. I could do 4. Let's go up to File. No. Edit. Insert bars. I usually go song form. What's insert bar? No, let's go song form because it'll go right to intro bars. That's what I want. Song form, intro bars. And let's see. I'm going to generate 2. That'll do it. You can do more. 2 is fine for me. I don't care about the chord types because I'm going to change them anyway. But I do want to start with G. That's it. Generate intro chords. Now, close. Yeah, we got something pretty fancy there. Too fancy for this purpose. I'm going to change the chords. Very simple, right? I just want two bars of G to hear the key that I'm in. Now, here it comes. We're going to play this. If we got back to G, there. We're going to play this, see how it goes, and then make some adjustments. Remember, I know I made a mistake here. I want to show you how I deal with that. Here we go. 2, 3, 1. Going to do the intro. 2, 3. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but sounds good. Now was found. Watch this. Was blind, but now all I see. That doesn't work. That doesn't go with the song. Let's get it right. Now I look at the sheet music again, probably, but I know that it needs a D right there. Now we're good. I can go back and play it right from here. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Let's do it right from here. Was blind, but now I see. Yes. And it'll go back to the beginning and play it again. So we've got a backing track for Amazing Grace here. Yeah, I could fancy it up a little. Remember they added a G7? Well, we can do that too. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound, saved a wretch like me. I once was. We'll do it in both parts. Okay. And of course, you can experiment and try different chords for the song. Let's say this is in a key that is kind of high for my voice. Let's say we can change the key now that we get all the chords. Remember, it's in the key of G. Well, I want to bring it down for singing purposes to the key of F. We just made it in the key of F. Still a little high. Well, I want to play it with my guitar, and I don't want to play a B flat anyway. So let's go down maybe another half a step. Key of E. No problem. Now, we still got a C sharp minor, but that's better than playing a B flat. But maybe it's too low. I want to go up higher. Okay, we were in G. Let's go up to A. We're now, the whole thing has changed chords. We're in the key of A. And you can experiment and see what works for your voice, or, if you're going to play it on the guitar, which chord you want to play. I happen to know if we got up to the key of B, I'm sorry, I meant D, that would probably be another, where's D? An easier one to play. Let's look at the key of C, right? Now we got an F chord. Well, depends if you're comfortable with the F chord. G is probably the easiest, huh? But you have to consider if you're going to sing along, if that's going to work for you. So you can change keys. Now let's say it's too fast. Okay, the tempo is 90. Let's bring it down to 80. There we go. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh, that's the intro. Forgot the intro. There we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Yeah, I like that better. It sounds a little rushed now that I realize it. Okay, so we changed the tempo, the key. Let's change the whole style. You can experiment. Go back to the style picker. How about a Nora crossover style? I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing it's going to be jazzy. Let's try it. Here we go. Intro. Amazing grace, how sweet. We've got some piano going here. Now, we've got a nice fancier version here, and you've got different instruments, but you don't have to use all these instruments. You can change whatever instruments you want. Let's see what we got here. Let's go to window. That's what we call it. We want a mixer. Is there a mixer here? Ah, mixer. That's what I was looking for. Now, here's the instruments that's playing. And let's say I really like that piano, um, but I want to take off the guitar. Press mute. Now, no guitar. Hmm. Piano with no guitar. Maybe you want to play guitar along. You want to hear what the guitar sounds like by itself. Okay, let's just do the guitar. No good. No other instruments. Here we go. There we go. You could copy that guitar part and then go back and play with the rest without the take the guitar off. So the other thing that you can do is if you want to change instruments, you can actually go in here and change the entire instrument. So I'm going to take off that solo. That's why it's all red. Nothing else is playing there. You go into piano. We'll start there. I want to select a different track. I'll do real tracks because those are the best sounding. I'm going to choose a chording instrument because I know the piano's playing chords. And then it'll give me a list of other ones that might work. That sounds good. Acoustic piano. I'm going to choose that. I'm going to select OK and generate. Let's solo that so we can really hear the piano right quick. I like it. For singing purposes, I might just go with that. Nice and simple. But we'll put the rest of the band back in. Okay, so that was fun. Now you've got everything the way you want, and you would like to have this version to practice along with. Well, you can download it as an audio file and then play it whenever you want. You don't have to use the software. Probably I'd make two versions, one with the guitar and one without, so I could play along with the guitar, hear what it sounds like, and then try playing along without the guitar part. And to do that, you go here. I usually use Wave. There's a couple ways to get there, like there is with software. You can get there a few different ways. Export the song as an audio file. There's a couple versions. I usually go with MP3. That's fine. And render, and away we go. You've got you an audio track. You want one without the guitar. You go back here. You mute the guitar. Let's mute all the guitars. And do the same thing. Back to Wave. Export. Audio file. MIDI. Now you've got a second version without the guitar. Okay. So that's it for Band in the Box. Let me go back to my big picture and take that off. I'm ready to answer questions if you have questions about Band in the Box or creating backing tracks in general. Uh, let's take a look. I'll look on the questions and see if there's anything coming up. Uh, hey there, Shulamit. Welcome. Freddie, thank you. Carla says, hi. Does anyone have any questions about Band in the Box or about creating backing tracks? I will say that you can get Band in the Box on Amazon if you don't already have it. I think the basic version goes for like 99 bucks. You can also go on their own website, and then they have a bunch of versions starting at 99 bucks, but it goes up in price depending on the instruments and how many styles. Usually the basic version, I would start there because there's plenty to keep you busy for quite a while. You'll see that I kind of used it for one specific purpose here and showing you how I go through that process. But you'll find you can do a lot of different things with it for practicing along with your guitar or for composing music and experimenting with making up your own songs as well. Mm. So I don't see any questions about this particular material yet. I'll give it just another minute or two and then we'll close up. I appreciate you all joining me here today. This is my first live training session that I've done. Usually I do a question and answer session, and I will be back on November 5th at 12 noon California time, Eastern. It'll be different depending on where you're at. And I will answer any and all questions about learning and playing guitar. So don't miss that and save up your questions. As a matter of fact, feel free to give me questions ahead of time because what I can do is I'll actually formulate my answer, and sometimes I can give it a little more in-depth answer, even do some research if I need to give you a really good answer to your question, or maybe some extra training that I think would benefit you. But if not, I love answering questions live, and sometimes, the back and forth, we can get more specific to the exact question you're trying to ask. Can I review this again? Larry's asking if he can see it again. I am recording it, and I'm going to have it up on the website. It'll be on YouTube immediately, I think, or pretty quick after we're done here today. But I am going to make a page on my Real Guitar Success website also with some links and some details from the video along with the video. So it'll be a little more in depth for members of my Real Guitar Success program. And by the way, if you're not a member, check it out. There's a 14-day trial for $1, and you'd be surprised at what I have available for learning guitar if you're ready to kind of up your game about playing guitar. It's at realguitarsuccess.com. Check it out. Good question, Larry. Anyone else? Sorry. Can you get almost music like House of the Rising Sun? I think what Freddie is asking is, can you get styles like House of the Rising Sun? Probably. Most folk styles are easy, and there's a lot of popular songs style-wise in here as well. Now, Band in the Box, you can add styles on. So once you've got the program, you can buy additional styles in a variety of genres. Let's try House of the Rising Sun. I know I don't have to go the whole thing. Yeah, it shows up right away in several versions of it. Jazz versions. I don't want to go through and enter in all the chords, so I won't try and play it. But yeah, I suspected that was an easy one. A good question. And you'd be surprised at how many, well, I haven't bought a lot of extra packs, but I also bought a little up from the basic version. I have a lot of styles in here. Shulamit's asking, can you use the same method if it is your original song? Yes. And as a matter of fact, it's a great composing device. You basically enter in the chords that you think you like, play it back, listen to it, and say, that's not the right chord there, and keep experimenting instead of having to play it on your guitar. That way you don't have to worry about whether you can play the chord or not. You find out what sounds right, and then you can learn it on your guitar. You can also try different backing tracks. So you can take a guitar song that you have that you can strum on the guitar, plug in the chords here, and then try a bunch of different backing tracks till you get something that sounds good. You can download it and then play your guitar along with it. Now, you can use a free program called Audacity to take that download that you made, put it in Audacity, record your guitar with it. You'll have two tracks, mix them together, and then you can hear a version with your own guitar built in. I believe actually there is a way to record in Band in the Box, but I have never done it, and I don't do that. It's a little more control for me to record it, to take the audio file from Band in the Box and put it into another program, and then I can do whatever I want. And Shulamit also asks, can you use the same method? Oh, original song. Oh, it's the same question twice. Sorry. Any other questions? Needed this for a long time, says Bob. Yes. I wish I'd gotten it sooner. It's one of those programs that the more you play with it, the more things you realize it can do. And it's amazing, actually, what both technology is available and in a price range that's affordable. I would have thought this kind of thing years ago would have been just astronomically priced, but it works really well. Okay. Yeah, Shulamit says she uses Audacity, a great free program, by the way. I highly recommend everyone get, if you have a computer and you're playing music, you get Audacity. It just has a lot of uses, and it's absolutely free and works great. Audacity, Audacity. I don't know how they can make that free. They keep it up, fix everything regularly. I don't know how they make money. Okay. Thank you again for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. And I will be back again November 5th, 12 noon, to answer whatever questions you have about learning and playing guitar, music, composing, writing your own music. Thanks again for being here with me today. This was fun. And I'll have the recording up on YouTube right away. So if you want to review it, go back over it. Bye for now.